Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Candace, and if you're new here, I am a new reseller. I opened up my business probably a month and a half ago now, and I went to the Goodwill bins on a different video. You have to check it out here, like 2 weeks ago, and I found the best deals. So I am up early. I'm getting out of the house so I can get there hopefully as soon as the doors open. I did think that that's going to be the move for me at my location because it seemed like a lot of the good stuff came out first. So let's go ahead and get there and see what we can find. Here we are. Sat in a good bit of traffic, but so worth it because the deals are amazing. And it's about 7:40 a.m. So this is kind of what the parking lot looks like. Okay, I made it, and there are people already lined up at the door. I think coming right at the beginning will hopefully benefit me for specifically the shoe bins. I feel like when I came last time, they didn't really bring out many other shoe bins. I don't even think, maybe they brought out one more, but either way, they did like the shoe unveiling right in the beginning. And so if I'm going to find a good deal on shoes, I think like right at the beginning at my location is going to work for me. So anyway, so I'm here early for that. And then I did bring with me gloves this time. I've seen other people in other videos wear gloves and I didn't realize like how necessary they are. When you're digging through the hard goods or especially the shoes, like it can get really dirty. So if anything, like bringing a pair of gloves, putting it in your pocket will help you move faster. So that's really the name of the game here. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what we can find. Let's get in. No crazy crowds out in front, as you can see, just like a small handful of people. I'd say like, ended up being like as the doors opened, close to like maybe 10-ish people. But let me tell you, as soon as those doors open, those people booked it. And they didn't just book it, they like booked it around the corner. So they knew, and I learned for next time. Okay, I did line up for these shoe bins, and this is it. And I am so happy I did because I'm telling you, I found one of my best finds of the day in the shoe bins. And after that, I kind of just did a repeat over and over. So I'd line up with everyone because you kind of have to wait here for a while when you do the lineup. Like you got to be willing to just stand there for a good 5 to 10 minutes before the next bins come out. And then as soon as, they say go, because don't you dare touch those bins before. Poor people. I saw some people get yelled at today by one of the workers. Anyways, I did that system on repeat for a few hours, and I'm really bummed I didn't grab this little guy. He was super heavy, and the comps were like $35, but he was just so cute. That was my only regret, not getting him today. But I did fill up my cart and checked out, headed to my car. And I'm super confident on the things that I got and enjoyed my day. Okay, I just spent many hours in there. I am totally wiped as usual, which is good. It's a hard day's work. The t-shirt bros were back, and they, I love seeing their hustle, right? I mean, and it's funny because I know that they're looking specifically for vintage t-shirts, so it's like not really that intimidating working next to them because I'm not slinging tons of vintage t-shirts, so we're looking for different things. I think that was the biggest learning from today is like everyone who's there kind of has their niche. Like I met another woman who does strictly whatnot, and she looked for like women's clothes, and I could tell like kind of the style she was looking for, and that's not really what I have been finding and selling on eBay. And so everyone has their own platform, everyone has their own niche, and so just because there's a lot of people doesn't mean that you're not going to find something good. I think that's the biggest piece I took away from today. And another thing I learned that at least at my Goodwill bins, they have Wi-Fi. So last time when I was here, I was trying to look stuff up and I couldn't because I had really bad connection, and then I ended up making some like not so good buys. And because I was able to connect to the Wi-Fi, because I was like, you know what, let me just try and see if they have Wi-Fi. I go to my settings on my phone, and sure enough, Goodwill had Wi-Fi, and I connected, and it worked really well. So I was able to look stuff up quickly and be more confident on all my purchases today. So that was good. And then lastly, I loved seeing, I believe they were Amish women that came in today. They went straight to like the linens bins, and they left with like carts and carts piled high, high, high. And I can only assume that they're probably going to be repurposing them into probably some like quilts. I know I spent some time in Lancaster, Pennsylvania some years ago. It is a really big Amish community there. And I learned that Amish women are like master quilters. And so it was really cool seeing them leave with tons of linens, which I feel like those bins aren't really touched. And thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, like they're going to be repurposing this into something probably really beautiful. So that was really cool to see today. All in all, it was a fantastic shopping trip. I am super excited to show you everything that I got. So I'm going to go ahead and get back and get organized and show you the goods. Okay, I am back and I cannot wait to show you everything that I got. I went into, let's see how many categories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6-ish different types of items. And of course, I picked up stuff that I know will sell and that I have sold before. And then I picked up some stuff that I really haven't had a chance to either A, acquire or B, sell yet. And I consider my store an everything store right now. As a newbie, I think that's going to lend me well to just kind of be open to anything and everything, with the hopes that I can just turn, the product quicker. Let me know in the comments below if all the other newbies out there or longtime resellers, like, is that the general approach? I don't know. I have sold everything from like remotes to high-end jewelry chests. Like I am kind of all over the place with the things I'm able to sell. And I guess, quite frankly, I'm kind of more interested in numbers right now than niching down. I think over time, I'll probably decide what I enjoy to sell, more than the other. I would love to hear from you. So tell me, leave me a note in the comments below. Okay, let me give you the aerial view of the haul as a whole. 2 full bags and a basket. Miscellaneous goods in the basket, a couple of different type items in there, and some clothing items and some shoes over here. Those bags are awesome. I also got those as part of the haul. That is everything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you piece by piece everything, what it can potentially sell for, and some interesting information about it. I do have a really cool hack that I want to show you. It's on one of the items, I think, towards the end of the video. So stick around and wait for that. It'll help you when you're on the go and trying to research things out and about. So let's go ahead and start off with item number 1. Here we have men's pleated cuffed trousers from the Yale trouser collection, which is, according to my research, a niche brand from the 1980s. So they're vintage, and it seems like from my research, they are linen or a linen cotton blend, and they are made in USA. So if you're out and about and you're new, always try and look for made in USA tags. That usually will fetch you a higher price on the resale. I'm gonna try and get close to 40 on these. And here we have a Wilson crew neck sweater from what my research tells me is from the early 90s. And I did see also on this one a made in USA on the tag. And on the front here, you'll see there's a little bit of some stainage, those little dots right there, but I'm hoping that's not going to affect its resale value. It might be a little bit, but anyways, trying to get around 30 for that one. These are some board shorts from the brand Ruka, and at first it doesn't look like it's spelt Ruka, it's RVCA, but that is how you say the brand. I know this because I used to enjoy wearing this brand when I was younger, and I know it's popular. And so at first I wasn't going to get it because we're kind of towards the end of summer and beach season, so they're lightweight though, so I felt like it wasn't too big of a risk. So hoping to get 30 out of these. This next hoodie is by the company Arborwear, kind of a niche brand, but still well respected. It was founded by individuals that made workwear for their team that would be up in trees. So they're called the Original Tree Climbing Gear, and they needed gear that would be breathable yet durable and warm. And so this is actually what's called a double hoodie, and it's super thick. and retailed for well over $100 brand new. Okay, I'm gonna jump in real quick because I wanted to point something out. So the sweater that I just showed you, I know that it has a company's name on the front side of the sweater there. And there might be some, concern at reselling items that have company names on them. I want to just read you what I found online, and I'll put it up here. So it says here, I said, what is the eBay policy on selling a sweater with the company name? It says, in most cases, you can sell a legitimate sweater with the company name on eBay due to the first sale doctrine, which states that once you lawfully buy a trademarked item, you have the right to resell that specific item. However, several eBay policies and legal exceptions can affect this. Mentioning the brand, you can mention it in the title, that's fine, but you have to use your own images and you have to resell a genuine product. You can't lie about what you're selling or try and, make something else of it. So just to clarify, so I bought that sweater not because of the company name that was on it, but because of the sweater brand itself. And that is exactly how I'm going to market it. You might think to yourself, no one's going to want to buy a sweater that has another company name on it. I could be wrong on this approach, and I would love to hear other people's experience on this. What I'm thinking of when I pick up some of these, is I picked up another one and I have it listed, and it actually has a handful of views on it already within a few days and a couple of saves. I'm hoping that means it's going to sell. So what I'm thinking when I buy this is that it's workwear. And a lot of people who buy workwear are going to beat up on it. And so if I can get a really high-end, high-quality workwear item for a really cheap price, which I did at the bins, I paid probably $1 or $2 for it, and then resell it on eBay for an inexpensive price compared to others out there because mine has the other random company name or logo on it. I'm hoping that my approach is that someone's going to just want a really good jacket that they can beat up on and not pay out the wazoo for it. And so I'm hoping that that's kind of my approach when I pick up these sweaters that I'm finding or jackets that I'm finding. So I'm going to let you know if these sell and how that all goes. But that's kind of where my mind was at when I ended up putting it in the cart and seeing the brand that it was made for and looking up the comps on that, which I showed you. And so let me know what your experience is on that. But I just wanted to clarify kind of the legalities behind when you use the logo on that and reselling it. Another thing to keep in mind too is that company who is represented on that jacket, they can put in a removal request. I think it's called let's see here. It's called a takedown request. So takedown request, I guess they can submit, and I'm not sure the details around that, but I'm guessing that's when you're misrepresenting the company or that you're misusing their branding in some kind of way. There's kind of licensing stuff around that. So I don't see anything wrong with what I'm going to do. I'm not going to market it, in a way. I'm not going to put the name in the listing because I don't think that that's going to make it more attractive. Maybe if it was a really cool brand, then that's the case, which I actually have a story, and you'll have to look at one of my upcoming what sold videos on something I did sell that had a really popular brand on it, and I didn't realize it. Anyways, more to come on that. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can hear about that what sold story. That was kind of funny. And anyway, so just to kind of give a recap on that and to give you confidence when you're out and about and you're shopping, to just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. And I will update you on how this sweater hopefully sells. Okay, continuing on, I have this, it's actually a Patagonia pullover fleece sweater, and it's upcycled. It's part of their, I don't know if everything they do is upcycled, but this one says it on one of the tags on the inside. And it is a little worn, so I'd consider it in fair condition because some of the fleece blend is kind of pushed in. Hopefully that doesn't affect it too much, but I'm hoping to get 25 out of this one. Okay, this is a kids clothing item, and I haven't done any yet online, but I feel confident in listing kids clothing items because I have so many kids and I know what it's like as a parent to shop for those items. So I kind of know what parents are looking for. Those are Ralph Lauren and they were in excellent condition. So I'm hoping to get like 15 bucks. I found some Birkenstocks in the shoe bin. I was so excited. When I did come home, I was kind of nervous because the condition was actually pretty worn. And then I went online to look up comps, and people still buy Birkenstocks even though they're worn and they have like the foot staining on the inside. So I guess I came out ahead. I'm hoping to get 40 out of these. Here we have probably one of my top finds of the day. They are men's Ariat boots. I got them at the very beginning when I went in there as soon as they opened at that first shoe bin pull. And this is, I think, one of the first shoes I pulled out. They are in really good condition. There is a little scuffing on the front, but the shoes overall seem to have minimal wear. They're a size 11 extra wide, 11EE, you'll see that there. And I think the extra wide will help me online, and the sell-through rate is great on these. So hoping to get $60 out of those. Woohoo! I found a kids NFL jersey for the player Drew Brees, and I don't know many NFL players, but I did recognize the name right off the bat. And then when I did a little quick research, I'm like, oh yeah, duh, I know who that is. And even though he's retired, I still feel like he's really relevant. So an easy 10 bucks there. I did find this Carhartt jacket. I'm so shocked because it was kind of in a picked over bin. So never discredit the picked over bins, but there is a little issue going on with this one. There it is. Technically, I'm going to call it work worn. There are some paint stains on the side. So with the paint stains on the side, I don't think it'll fetch as high of a price that I'd like it to. So still trying to get 30 bucks though out of it. This here is another kids apparel item, and it is a polo Ralph Lauren crew neck sweater in camo. And there are no significant flaws on it. The only thing I'd say is you can tell it's been washed several times. But nevertheless, they're still selling, and so hoping to get 20 bucks for that one. And then I found this. This is pretty lightweight, but this is like a tactical gear bag, and I know that with the branding of the NRA on the front there, you know, it might not get me tons of money when I looked up comps online because it's not like a super high quality piece, but it's still branded. Hoping to get anywhere between $10 to $20 on that, and it's in good condition, so that was a win. Okay, this sweater fooled me. I thought I was getting a legit, you know, Caterpillar sweater when I went in and threw this in my cart. Didn't even think twice to do like tons of research on it. After coming home and doing some more digging on ChatGPT, I figured out that this sweater is actually a licensed product from the Wolverine brand, and it's not an actual authentic Caterpillar sweater. Interesting. So 10 bucks maybe? These are LRL, Lauren Jeans Company cargo shorts. They are a more casual line of Ralph Lauren, and I'll probably get $10 to $15 off of these, but I wanted to show you here. So there's a tag from Goodwill, and we talked about this on the last video, how most stuff that comes to the bins doesn't even go to the Goodwill shelves, and this one did. So it went there, sat on the shelf, no one bought it, and it finally made it to the bins. But just to kind of show you the proportions there of the stuff that actually makes it to the shelves and doesn't. Here we have a Patagonia sweater again. I'm so excited. And this one was in better shape than the last one. It was in this like beautiful creamy white color, and I was really excited to see them selling really well online. So I'm hoping to get at least 40 out of that one. This here is a U.S. military issued tactical gear vest. And after doing some image matching with ChatGPT, I figured out that that camo print that you see there on the vest is actually a 90s print. And so this is technically vintage, although it doesn't seem like vintage helps these types of items sell better. So I'll probably just kind of list it for what it is, and maybe collectors will understand and know. Either way, a really, really cool piece. Okay, more on this vest. I wanted to, we're all learning here, and so I did a little bit of research on this one before I put it in my cart and decided to check out around eBay's policy on selling military gear. So this is a military, what looks like surplus item, and the biggest thing, well, they have a whole host of rules around explosives and weapons and combat gear, which this I think will be okay because it's just a vest. And the biggest thing that they are concerned about is removing any type of badges, unit insignia, name, and tags before listing it. This one did not come with any of that stuff. And so I think that I will be in the clear on that one. And of course, I'll continue to do some research. But either way, I mean, I got it for next to nothing, and it's a really high quality piece, and others are being sold online. So I'm hoping that I can turn a nice little profit on that one. These are from the brand Wolverine, so not as top tier as Carhartt, but right underneath. And this is considered an insulated bib. And so they're thick and they're heavy. And I found some online that have sold that are like technically work worn. And so I'm hopeful on these, and I think that they will do me well. They are heavy, and so I paid up on it. I probably paid $7, for their weight alone on them. But I mean, $7, turning that around into like $40, if that, on the lower end. I'm happy with that. So yeah, really excited on those. Here we have a burgundy Chaps label, which Chaps is like a more affordable version for Ralph Lauren. It's not like their top tier line, it's like the more affordable one. Still a really high quality brand though. So very sought after. Not a big money maker, but those little elbow suede patches I think will do well on the listing. So I'm hoping to get at least 25. And here we have, which is a new term for me. I didn't know this was a thing. It's called a shacket. Yes, you heard that right. Shacket. Jacket and a shirt. So when it hangs there, it looks like it's a shirt. But if you were to feel this thing, you'd be like, oh, this is a jacket. Interesting. Either way, it's by Land's End. It's high quality. I love the interior. So hoping to get 30 for that. Okay, this next piece got rescued from the hard good bins because if you've ever been to the bins and you've seen the hard good bins, it is chaos in there. So many things are broken and everything is just all over the place. And I found it and I pulled it out and I looked at it. I'm like, what is this? And I like pulled it out of the sleeve and then I popped it up to see this. How cool is it? It's like a decoration piece, and it's vintage. I want to say, I think it's 60s, 70s when I looked it up online. And I only found a couple other listed online. I didn't find any sold, but Christmas is upon us, so I'm hoping we can get something for that. Okay, this next set of items that you're going to see are going to be all of the hats that I picked up. The Carhartts, I just kind of threw in, did no research. I'm going to list them together, and I think that'll move them quicker. I found this Nike dry fit hat, and I did have this kind of like personal insignia on the back. And after doing some digging at home, I realized that, I don't know, it might not sell, but either way, so light. So it was worth the risk of throwing it in my cart. And it's a high quality hat. Who knows? Maybe if I price it real low, someone will just be like, yeah, I'll take it. I don't care if it says, PSI on the back or whatever it is. I don't know. I snagged this high quality beanie that is for the team Houston Texans, and it looks like it's like official NFL gear. So I'm hoping, with football season in action, that one moves quick. And I'm super excited about this LL Bean beanie. It seems like this type of print sells really well online with that mountainscape, and the colors are so just beautiful and it pops. So I feel like this one coming up on winter is going to be a really good seller. Even if it is used, because I do see that, used beanies when you go to resell are kind of far and few between. Most people like new. And then I did, out of the corner of my eye, I saw in the bin, I was like, oh, I know that alligator. That's like, fancy clothes alligator. And sure enough, it was when I looked on the inside, when I picked it up, I was like, oh, this is like an actual legit Lacoste hat. And they originally retailed for like 60 bucks and they resale for around 20. And I am happy with that. This is a face mask and it weighs next to nothing. And so I don't know what the condition really was of this, but it was new in package. And you'll see I just showed you right there the Goodwill tag. So it made it to Goodwill, didn't sell and came back. So we'll see what happens with that one. Threw this one in the cart. It's a Ralph Lauren sunglass case. Really happy with that because I feel like people really do enjoy replacement sunglass cases for what they normally had. And Ralph Lauren, I am learning, is a very popular brand. And so at least it feels very popular on eBay specifically. And I'm finding a lot of it when I'm out thrifting. So happy with that little purchase. I don't think it's a big moneymaker. I think it's kind of more of like an everyday mover. So we'll see. Next, I rescued this piece from one of the bottom of the hard good bins. I saw it and I was like, this is heavy, high quality, and it looks old. After further research, I found out it was from the 1930s and a promotional gift that they gave out from this candy shop. It looks like an ashtray. Either way, when I was out there, I saw this on the back and I was like, what is that tiny little stamp that you see there? Well, I have a trick to find out. Okay, I promised you a really awesome hack and I am ready to give it to you. You may already know this. I did not know this. I don't remember where I picked it up from, but I absolutely am in love with this little trick. So you'll notice on the pictures that I had, or the video footage I just showed you, the front and the back, and there was a little teeny tiny stamp on the back. And I don't have perfect eyesight, and I think even if you did have perfect eyesight, you still would struggle being able to see that with a clear eye, and you'd have to have perfect lighting, etc. So if this is ever going to happen to you and you're looking at items out and about and you're shopping, what you can do is take a picture, a clear picture as best as you can, even if it's a little far away and you still can't see it in the picture. And I'm going to demonstrate how you can zoom in on it so that you can see it more clearly. So let me go ahead and walk you through that right now. Okay, open up the photo app on your phone and kind of focus in on what it is that you're trying to see closer. Just whatever it is, it can't be blurry. It has to be clear, even if it's far away. And you still can't see it and can't tell as long as it's clear. Then we go into the editing mode and we want to crop it. So when you crop it, you're cutting up the picture into a smaller version and you want to zoom down in on that piece. This is upside down, so I'm going to then rotate and rotate, then hit done. And once you hit done, you will see, voila, you can read it. Such a great hack to use. Okay, 2 more items. I have this Lululemon crossbody bag, and it seems like they don't go for as high as I thought they did. I didn't run comps when I was in the store because I just figured it was a Lululemon crossbody bag. But I'm still happy I picked it up, but I'll probably only get about 15 bucks for this. Still an awesome piece. Don't hate on the smaller listings, especially when you're new. Might get picky if I have better sales. Okay, last item, and I did just throw this in my cart at the last minute and didn't even check it because to me it was worth the risk. So this one's actually only going to probably resell me for like 20 to 30 bucks. It is vintage, but it's not limited edition or a special run or anything like that. Do not pass up the gloves. I learned this from my husband. He enjoys baseball, and I've learned over the years being married to him that baseball stuff is highly collectible, as I'm showing you with all of these comps listed here. Some gloves go for hundreds of dollars. Okay. So if you're ever out and about thrifting or at the Goodwill bins, I think those are one of the items that people who put them out just probably wouldn't know the difference. So never skip it. And there you have it. All of my finds from today. Here are my totals. I actually feel like I did pretty good on the spend today when I first was kind of going up there. I felt like I got a handful of heavy items and was happy to walk away only spending this amount. And rough estimate of what I could potentially list and sell all these items for is a huge ticket at the end of the day and another successful Goodwill bins haul. It's my second time in there. I still feel like there is so much to learn. There are so many people who have probably been going. Well, I did meet one lady who had been going for many years, and I still will continue to learn every single trip. And I'll share the things that I find along the way with you all. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I do have more videos coming out next week. I'm going to update you on what has been selling and more shopping trips and more learning experiences to come. So I cannot wait to talk to you more in the future. And we're in this together. We're all trying to just kind of figure it out and try and make the most of our reselling experiences. And so I cannot wait to talk to you soon.